안녕하세요. 공급망 한 말씀 드리겠습니다. Today's episode is about how Tim Cook became the CEO of Apple. Do you recognize the figure on the left? Yes. Do you recognize the figure on the left? Yes, I'm thinking what you're thinking. He's Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple as we all know. And who is the guy on the right? Yes, Tim Cook, the guy who became the CEO of Apple after Steve Jobs. Tim Cook was neither a gifted marketing expert nor virtuosic designer of the century. And how come he became the CEO of Apple? The answer lies in the supply chain of Apple. The key product of Apple, as we all know, is iPhone. In order to produce a single iPhone, hundreds of components are needed. Among them are memory and application processors produced by Samsung, a South Korean conglomerate, and Bluetooth Wi-Fi related components supplied from Murata, a Japanese company. Apart from these, a lot of components are produced and supplied from various firms in Italy, Taiwan, and the United States. And all these components are assembled in an iPhone factory in Shenzhen, China. And finally, the finished products are distributed to the entire planet. Apple has partnership with hundreds of suppliers in North America, Europe, and Asia. In order to efficiently manage the global supply chain of Apple, Tim Cook was scouted as a CEO and a supply chain and management expert of Apple. Now, what does supply chain management even mean? If we dissect the term word by word, the first keyword is supply, which means to provide something useful, like giving someone a present. The next keyword is chain, which is a form of pieces connected to one another. Lastly, management. Through the course of our life, we enhance the quality of our life through time and health management. In the same way, when we manage something, we plan and control something to make it better. Supply chain management, aka SCM, consists of supplier who supplies raw materials, manufacturer who produces finished goods, distributor who distributes physical goods throughout physically dispersed areas, sales agent who makes sales happen, customer, finally sending the item to the customer. Through these processes, there are three different flows. The flow of materials, from raw materials staged to finished good product. The flow of cash between firms and between a firm and a customer. Lastly, the flow of information which concerns demand and customer order. Through managing these three flows, firms can make profit whilst customers and provide customers product and service of quality, which is exactly the goal of supply chain management. But recently, there was a shift in supply chain management. Yes, the world has grown small due to globalization. In this environment, we need global supply chain. Various firms around the world, including Samsung, the well-known South Korean conglomerate, are moving overseas and building factories, distribution centers, branches in every corner of the world. On top of that, complex products such as laptops, cars that has thousands and gazillions of components emerged in the market, and through global trade between multinational firms, numerous currencies came to the global stage, and maritime and aerospace logistics resulted in many logistics options. In this globalized business environment, global supply chain management is not easy as you might imagine, but it is very important for firms around the world. Thus, we also need to know it better, don't we? In this episode, we've learned four things: how Tim Cook became the CEO of Apple, the concept of supply chain management and its goal, and finally, the importance of global supply chain. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for the upcoming episodes. 이상으로 공급망 한 말씀 마치겠습니다. 감사합니다.